Welcome back to another edition of the Locker Room Report. I'm Brady Beedon, joined by head ball coach Tyrone Wheatley. Coach, coming into this week against Grand Valley, of course, we always take a look back first. Saginaw, thought you played a pretty good first half. Started to unwind a little bit at the end of that first half. It was hard to get the train back on the tracks. What'd you see after you got a chance to look over film and digest it?
Well, once again, it's just the pressure. The guys handling the pressure to perform on a regular basis, right? And Saginaw is a great team. Don't want to sell them short, but it's not like they did anything different when they came out. They just applied a little more pressure and played a little bit harder, and then our guys just kind of, like you say, fell off the train tracks a little bit. But as we talked about a little bit, as these guys grow and that production comes back, those mistakes and being able to have that mental capacity to hold on and strain through it will get a little bit stronger.
What were the things you were doing right in the first, we'll call it 25 minutes, that you didn't do in the middle half of the game or the second half?
Well, defensively, we were in our lanes. We call them run tracks. We was in our lanes. We were hitting it. We were tackling. We were downing the ball. We were where we were supposed to be. Second half defensively, the same thing, right? Now all of a sudden you're getting out your lane, you're giving the quarterback an escape because that guy, he can run now. He's mobile. He's a good football player, a heck of a competitor. So once you start giving him those lanes, and you start getting wild and getting out your rush lanes, he takes off. We didn't down the ball. We didn't tackle well in the second half. Offensively, what we did in the first half was we hit the medium to long pass. We started hitting those things. Receivers were getting open. We were sitting in the zones. We were finding it. In the run game, we were taking it 3 and 4 yards and getting it. Second half, covered sacks, right? Guys weren't getting open. Guys all of a sudden now running his routes a little bit too deep, not coming off. So it's just one of those deals where just going in the second half, they didn't do anything to present a difference and change in what we should have done. It's just we have to be competitively stamina and a point of just holding on and not straining and losing.
Who do you think was a bright spot in the game? Who played well that you saw took a step forward against Saginaw?
Well, going back defensively, Carl Ware played really well. He played well. A guy that really has been kind of steady, but you don't really get a lot of him. Lewis, played really well. He doesn't get a lot of spotlight, but up front on the defensive line, he did exceptionally well. Caleb Coben played well. Offensively, Joshawn Lewis, he played well. He comes up with catches after catch when we need him. That third down catch on the sideline where he toe tapped and hit that one, he played really well. Who else is stepping up pretty good? Manny on special teams. He's doing a great job. Offensive line is playing solid, but we need them to step up even more.
Going over to Grand Valley, rivalry game for a trophy, and Grand Valley, they're licking their wounds. They just got a can opened up against them against Ferris State, so they're going to be ready to bounce back. What can you tell me about the Grand Valley State Lakers?
Well, like we talked about before, blueprint, right? It's what every team in the conference build their team to beat, and what's worse than what's most dangerous than an injured animal? A wounded. Damn wounded animals. So Grand Valley, right, like you said, is linking their wounds. But what you're going to look at them is they're going to come out and try to establish the run, dominate the line of scrimmage both offensively and defensively. They're going to make you do one-on-one matchups. And so we're going to have to win those one-on-one matchups. We're going to have to come out and really just get after them as much as they get after us. It's going to be a war of attritions. And then on defensive side of the ball, they play really well. It's just what it is, right? They just get after really hard, and they play really hard, and they play well together.
Yeah, it seems defensively has been their strength. The last couple of weeks, they've struggled to put up a ton of points. Where's something you think that maybe you guys can look to have a bright spot in, something that can help you go to Grand Valley and maybe pull off a big upset?
Well, like we've been saying all week, and really all year, right? Complimentary football. Getting after them, right? Staying on top of it, staying in front. Because, listen, they're going to match energy. This team does an incredible job of matching your energy. You take it up a notch, hell, they'll take it up too, right? So wherever they go, we have to continue to match it. But as we match it, we can't unravel as we're matching their intensity. And I think that's what happens to us a little bit, right? We have to stay composed, stay with our integrity, and match their energy and let the chips fall where they may.
We were talking about it a little bit before we started recording, but it is a big game because it's a rivalry game. But how do you approach that? Because, you just mentioned the emotions are going to be high. How, as a coach, do you go into this one?
Well, you have to, right? You have to let the emotions flow. This is a rival game. It means a lot, to bring those shoes back home. Hell, they've had it. I think since 1975, I think they've since the inception of the trophy, they've had it damn near 90% of the time, right? So we have to establish it as a rivalry. We have to bring it back because they've had it, they've owned it, and so you have to bring your emotions to this game. Not to bring it into it, but the Paul Bunyan Trophy, the Brown Jug, those games mean something, and it's more than just a football game. So. You have to let those emotions fly. You have to build on those emotions. You have to tap into that source, and because we want to bring the shoes home.
Coach, I appreciate it. Thank you, and good luck against Grand Valley.
Thank you.
He's head coach Tyrone Wheatley. I'm Brady Beedon, and you're listening to WDTK, The Patriot.